Morning. It is Friday the 13th. I think I said it was the 13th yesterday, but it wasn't. It's the 13th today. Friday the 13th, 2024. Melissa, this is my video diary. It's time to drink from skulls. Got a new batch of tea I made yesterday. Much better tasting than the last batch. Much better tasting. We'll see. And what's in it? Oh, this batch is focused on nervous system soothing and immune boosting. So it has sweet basil, Tulsi. It has lemon balm. It has catnip. It has a hibiscus. I didn't put any Hoya Santa in this batch. And there's something else in it. What else is it? What else did I put in this? Lemon balm, hibiscus, Tulsi, catnip. There's like one other herb. And then, of course, cannabis, CBD, dominant indica. It tastes really good. It does. It's delicious. Oh, the last batch. The last batch was so nasty. But I drank it. Because medicine doesn't always taste good. Today's Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness. Ooh, ooh. I don't believe that shit. Friday the 13th. Whatever. I live with a black cat. Sassy lass, sassafras, likes to shake her sassy ass. She's an old lady kitty now. She doesn't do so much ass shaking anymore. She does get sassy with the tail, though. She talks to me with her tail. She'll sit down, and sits out to the side, like, and I'll talk to her, and she'll swap it this way, that way. I know what it means. How does a cat say fuck you with their tail? They walk in front of you, and they go, like, they make like an L. Yep, they go like, up yours and your horse, too. Anyway. So yesterday, I started to distribute my invitations. That's what I did yesterday. Yeah, and I also listened to some new music. So that new music, new music, not music that's just new to me, but new music. I this person, Post Malone, has new music out, and the new music I like. I mean, the old stuff was okay, but like it didn't move me. The new stuff's pretty good, yeah. New stuff's a little tormented, huh? Yeah, a little bit, huh? A little bit, huh, Mr. Post Malone? Better, much better, much better. Anyway, whatever. I don't usually listen to new music because I don't like the music industry and I don't like the way things work, right? Or the way people steal. So much has been stolen from me, and I know I'm not like special in that regard. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, that Jackson Brown song's in my head right now. I wonder why. Jackson Brown song. I've been out walking. I don't do too much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do, and all the times I had the chance to. I quit my dreaming I don't do too much scheming these days. These days. And if I seem to think a lot, how does it go? I'm forgetting the words now. One of my favorite lines in that song. These days I sit on cornerstones and count the time in quarter tones till 10. Please don't remind me of my failures. I have not forgotten them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a really good song. It's a really, really good song. Jackson Browne wrote that and recorded it. Then Velvet Underground recorded it with Nico, and Nico sang it. Oh my God, Nico. So good. So good. Yeah. La 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 la. Highway. Nico with her beautiful deep voice. Yeah, I love that song. I'll Be Your Mirror too. That's a really good song. I'll be your mirror, reflect what you are. In case you don't know, I'll be the wind, the rain, and the sunset, the light at your door to show that you're home. If you fear the night has seen your mind, that inside you're twisted and unkind, let me stand to show that you are blind. Please put down your hands, 'cause I see you. I find it hard to believe you don't know the beauty you are. But if you don't, let me be your eyes, hand in your darkness, so you won't be afraid. If you fear the night has seen your mind, that inside you're twisted and unkind, let me stand to show that you are blind. Please put down your hands, 'cause I see you. I'll be your mirror. I'll be your mirror. Oh my God, that album with Nico is so good. Oh my God, yes it is. Peel and See. Oh my goodness, such a good album. I think it has become my favorite album of all time. Has overtaken my love for the Joni Mitchell album for Blue. Oh, it's still good music. Joni Mitchell's music is still good music. I just was really really turned off. Really really turned off. Anyway, oh no, that album is really good though. The Peel and See album is so good. And what costume shall the poor girl wear to all tomorrow's parties? A hand-me-down dress from who knows where. Right? Such a good song. Whole album's so good. Hmm. So I've been sitting with some uncomfortableness, thinking about it, reflecting on it, choosing to still move forward, with the understanding that it's probably going to be really challenging. Um, but who knows? Maybe some good art will come out of it. We'll see. Or maybe I'll die. I don't know. Like, when I was talking the other day about the first detox that I went through, what was that about? When I was in high school, I was given a misdiagnosis. Um, and I was forced to take heavy, heavy doses of horrendously poisonous medications for a long time. And taking those medications altered my physicality. At that time, it altered my eyesight. I had to wear glasses. I didn't wear glasses before that. Um, it gave me seizures if I sweat. Um, and so I wasn't able to take gym class. And I wasn't able to really play sports anymore. Um, yeah. And it made me feel it made me feel dulled. All of my senses were dulled, and even changed the way I looked, right? I had hair fall out and like all kinds of stuff. It was just hard. It made life challenging for me, right? And it was poison. It was poison in my body. And it got to the point on the medications I was on, one of it, I wasn't taking it as a nerve blocker, but that's what it was designed to be. It was a nerve blocker. And it actually caused pain, nerve pain, when I took it. And um, I think that has something to do with the severity of nerve issues that I have now because I was on this medication for so long. But it was that medication and the side effects from that particular medication, gabapentin, um, that started me on my journey of getting off of those medications, right? And I eventually did. It took a very long time to get off of those medications because you don't just stop them, right? You have to be tapered off of them because they create they're your body's addicted to them, right? Your body becomes addicted to them. And the withdrawals are bad. And it took me a long time, right? Well, in the process of being on these medications and going through the getting off of those medications, I gained a lot of weight. Um, I'm fat now. I'm as fat as I was then. Um, and but I was a lot younger then. Um, so when I lost the weight the first time after having swine flu and you know all that jazz, my body went through a detox as the fat cells shrunk and my body was flooded with all of those medications that I hadn't taken in years, right? But they were still in my system, right? They're just encapsulated. They were imprisoned within my fat cells. So the first thing I noticed um, when I was going through that detox was the metallic taste in my mouth. My mouth always tasted funny when I was on those meds. Always, food didn't taste as good. It was hard. Um, I was becoming vegetarian and learning how to prepare meals, balanced meals in a vegetarian diet for a vegetarian diet at the time. And so, like the I wasn't sure how things were supposed to taste, kind of thing. Um, so that wasn't like such a huge deal as it was the first time around, but I did notice it. And then the next thing that I was having was some vision disturbances and then the seizures. I would have the seizures from time to time when my body would be flushed, right? When I was in ketosis, right? Um, and it was awful. And it brought up a lot of feelings of resentment and anger about having been put through it to begin with. And when I didn't deserve that, right? And at this time when I was going through this, I was also working with healthcare professionals who, oh gosh, the first one that told me that my diagnosis was wrong, I was angry, right? I'm like, how dare you tell me this? Blah, 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 blah. How dare you tell me? You know? And then the second one, I was like, no, you're wrong. I don't know. the second one was the one that kind of smacked me in the face. Like I went to see her for this particular diagnosis, and she told me, she goes, I won't treat you. She goes, I don't believe you have this diagnosis, and I'm not going to treat you for this diagnosis. And she says, she wouldn't take me on. I saw her twice, and she says, I won't see you anymore. And at that time, her office was also broken into, and my file and the file of one other patient were the files that were stolen. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up in a meditation group with her. Yeah, her name was Susan. Yeah, and then the third therapist, clinical, right, who told me, no, you don't have this diagnosis. There's zero evidence of you having this diagnosis. I was terrified, right? Like, because I'd spent 15 years almost living with this lie, right? Resigning myself to this lie, resigning myself to being labeled as broken and defective. And I wasn't. And I'm like, wow. And then, having to face, like, in the midst of going through side effects from those medications because I was losing weight, right? Dealing with that was a lot to process. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I wasn't around people who knew me, right? From that time, they only knew me from in that moment, right? I wasn't in a community where I was with people who I'd grown up with. And so that was like, it was just like cognitive dissonance on so many levels, right? And trying to find community that I was safe within was really, really challenging. And I didn't have it. And I'm not sure that I'm still not sure that I do. But it was like it made me constant outsider, right? In a lot of ways. So now, I took that hot yoga class and similar kind of thing. So I've been, I purged a lot. My body sweat a lot, and I'm going to continue to do it. But now the stuff that I will be purging out, I don't even know what all it is. And it almost killed me, right? The medications on a couple occasions almost killed me when I was younger. But, this time around, I was drugged by criminals, right? It's a different thing, a little different thing, as well as was given test drugs by the medical industry against my will, right? So, and I almost died. I almost died, and I still have reciprocal side effects. Like there's things about my body that were changed after that drug was given to me. And it's going to be hard. This road, this detox road is going to be a lot harder than the one before. I have no idea what to expect, but there's definitely going to be, it's going to be challenging. My body's been processing out everything that was released into it after I took that class, right? And I think it's going to be a case of I might feel worse before I feel better. But I think in order to feel better, I have to go through it. And I think I have to face the possibility that it could kill me. It's like chelation therapy for people with heavy metal toxicity. If you do it too fast, it can kill you because your body can't process all of what is chelation therapy. So heavy metals, when you're exposed to them, they collect in the hard fat tissue in your organs, in your brain, in your liver, in your kidneys, And so chelation therapy stimulates that tissue to release, right? And there's special compounds and things that you take in order to do that. And if you do it too fast, right? Like if you take too much of the stimulating supplement or whatever, and your organs release too much heavy metal into your body, so then your neurons and other nerve receptors use those metals, because it's all of that runs on electrical impulse. And so when you have metal conducts, and or some metals conduct, some metals don't conduct, so when you flood your system with metals, they attach to the salts, which are the electrolytes, right, that transmit all the impulses in your body, electrical impulses in your body that make your meat work. So if you do chelation therapy too fast and you flood your system with too much of those substances, then you can die. And they use chelation therapy to treat autism in some cases. And chelation therapy is highly regulated, and in some states I believe it's illegal, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of it's more of an unknown. It's not mainstream, or it's not hasn't been around for a while, so it's very dangerous. And that's kind of what I'm comparing going through this detox to, right? Facing going through this detox. So I don't know, I think I'm going to try on the days that I do the hot class. I'm going to not eat, and instead do system supportive teas for that day, for the initial flush, right, that happens. Be nice to my lymph system, um, and all that jazz, you know. But it's a little scary. It is. It's a little scary. I can't lie. It's a little scary. But, if I die, I die. Right? If I die, I die. There's lots of people that die every day. Right? In the scheme of things, I'm not significant. So, this is only a significant thing for me. Ultimately, I think if it's going to be hard for Omar, dealing with me during detox. I mean, because he has to live with me during that. But if I die in the process, I think things will be easier for him. I mean, he'll most certainly have fewer bills, and it'll cost less for him to just pay somebody for the cooking and the cleaning than it costs for him to keep me around. So, I think in the long run for him, if I get through the detox and am healthier, right? That'll be better. But even if I die, that'll be better for him too. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm, looking at personally. And so, I don't know. We'll see if there's some art that comes from this. Got to finish the series I'm working on right now. That second painting, which I don't think I'm going to start until after the grand opening. Yeah, the grand reopening. Anyway, yeah. Yep, that's where I'm at. That's my story. That's where I'm at. I quit my rambling. I don't do too much gambling these days. these days. And if I seem to be afraid to live the life that I have made in song, it's just that I've been losing so long. Ooh, Mr. Jackson Brown. So good. Such a good song. Anyway. Anyway. Anyway.